Hi, welcome to my complete Mydei guide. Mydei is our newest 5-star coming to the second phase of version 3.1. He has a very unique playstyle and looks to be an absolute beast in blast content. In this video, I'll be going through everything you need to know on how to build and play Mydei, covering his best icons, relic sets, planar ornaments, teams, and many more. Before we start, I'll be giving away 2 supply passes / welcoming to my subscribers at 7k subs, so make sure you subscribe. To begin, what is Mydei's kit and what does he actually do? Mydei is an imaginary unit following the path of destruction centering around his talent, which states for each 1% HP lost, gain 1 point of charge. When it reaches 100, enter the Vendetta state, restoring HP and taking immediate action. During this state, HP is increased while reducing defense to 0, and he automatically attacks, which does blast damage and reduces his own HP. However, when this charge reaches 150, he takes action again and uses an empower attack instead this time. Additionally, this state will also revive Mydei at the cost of losing his charge and his Vendetta state. Mydei's skill reduces HP and hits in blast. Mydei's ultimate restores HP and gains 20 charges. It also deals damage in blast, while also taunting the enemy's hit and prioritizing his automatic attack on the middle target. And Mydei's technique deals damage in AoE, taunts them, and gains 50 charges. For his bonus trace abilities, the first makes him not exit the Vendetta state upon death for 3 times per battle. The second makes him immune to crowd control during the Vendetta state. And the third increases crit rate, charge gain, and healing depending on HP over 4k, capping at 4000. Overall, Mydei has a not too complicated kit, but is still very unique. He literally has an inbuilt autoplay mode in his kit. For those that are a little confused on how his kit actually works, to put it simply, after gaining his first initial 100 charges, Mydei enters a state where he automatically attacks whenever he gets a turn. The charge is consumed every time he attacks or entering the state initially, and it goes up whenever he loses HP, and when it reaches 150, he takes action to deal his strongest attack. Despite the wall attacks on his talent, he really is pretty simple in gameplay. For trace leveling priorities, you want to be focusing on your skill, then ultimate, then talent, then basic attack can be basically ignored. Now moving on to how to actually build Mydei, starting with his best icons. As always, his best in slot will be a signature icon, which increases his HP, healing, and when using skill or ultimate, consume additional HP and deal more damage. If the HP consumption is 500 or more, the damage boost is further increased. Pretty obviously, as the unit is gaining off HP, HP gain is great, and as a DPS, the damage boost is great as well. But the incoming healing and the increase of HP consumption is what really makes this icon shine, as it really speeds up his damage, making him hit harder and more often, without losing durability thanks to the increased healing. As for the other options, of course, as another HP scaling destruction unit, Blaze Lycorn will be great as well. Mydei actually has full uptime on this Lycorn, being able to use everything that is here, which is super nice. S5 Secret Vow will also be a formidable option as well, actually performing very similarly to Blaze Lycorn. And for free to plays, S5 Ninja Record and S5 Flame of Fire will always be decent options until you get better Lycorns. Next up is Mydei's best relic sets and planar ornaments. Starting with his best in slot relic set, 4-piece Scholars. Wait, you may ask, doesn't he want the HP scaling DPS set Longevous? Well, the simple answer is that 4-piece Scholars effect is just that strong. When Mydei attacks automatically, both of the attacks are considered a skill, so he actually fully benefits from the 4-piece Scholar set, which makes it have insane synergy with his kit, ultimately making this his absolute best in slot. But of course, it's not like Longevous is bad. If you have an insane set of Longevous, then 4-piece of it will also do very well as well. For alternatives, 4-piece Wastelander is always just a good set for imaginary DPSs, and 4-piece Pioneer is fine as well if you're running debuffers in his teams. For his planar ornaments, the best in slot will be the newly released Burn Collection. Obviously, HP increase and crit damage increase is perfect for HP scaling DPS like Mydei, but Retailing Arena is actually super close as well, as majority of his damage is from his automatic skill attack, which this set buffs. And the only other option I will consider is Fleet, but it is highly not recommended. Moving on to Mydei's best main stats and substats, I want to begin by mentioning his stat breakpoints and priorities. The first and most important thing is to reach 8000 HP. This is to cap out his third major traits, and not only does he gain crit rate and healing, it also boosts his charge gain rate. This is especially important as this is basically how often he does his strongest attack. And with the total of 48% crit rate, reaching this threshold is really important and should be a first priority. Also, if you're planning to run Sunday or Bronya with him, which you basically always should if possible, making sure to build your Mydei 1 speed faster and vice versa, Sunday/Bronya 1 speed slower to ensure you are using everyone effectively. The speed on Mydei should be at least 135 to allow 134 for Sunday/Bronya. As for his crit stats, it is very easy to hit a high crit rate, especially if you have light cones that increase it and Scholar's Relic set/Retailing Arena Planar Ornaments. So making sure you maintain a good crit ratio and focus more on getting your crit damage up is usually better. With all of that out of the way, Mydei's best main stats will be HP/crit damage body, speed boots, damage percentage balls, and HP percentage rope. Body can be either HP or crit damage being better if you can reach 8k HP without the body piece, but that being said though, if you need the HP body piece, you can kinda think of it as a crit rate body thanks to the 48% increase from the major trace. Boost is speed for speed tuning, but in the small chance that you get enough speed through substats alone, HP boost can be used instead. Balls is damage percentage as it doesn't gain any innately, so it is his best option, and rope is HP percentage as it doesn't use any other ones nearly as well. Now for Mydei's best Eidolons, E1 increases the damage of his Empower skill and makes it deal AoE. A very nice Eidolon that actually makes him significantly stronger for pure fiction. E2 makes it so during the Vendetta state, damage dealt ignores defense and healing also gains charge. A super strong Eidolon that gains an insane buff and increases frequency of his Empower attack. E3 and 5 are just trace levels. E4 is a crit damage increase and HP recovery after getting hit. Crit damage is just what he wants, and HP recovery is just a super nice quality of life. And E6 enters Vendetta state on battle start and makes his Empower skill cost 50 points less. Overall, Mydei has some pretty insane Eidolons. They all somewhat do more than just increase his damage, making them all feel a little bit more worth it than other units' Eidolons. However, I do want to preface this by saying that Mydei at E0 is already a super formidable DPS, so they are most definitely not required. Putting that aside though, for the classic question of E1 versus S1, to put it simply, S1 is better in most cases, but E1 is better if you plan to use him specifically for pure fiction. But however, I would just say that S1 is better in general, because unless you plan to go for E2, E1 doesn't really seem all that worth it. And last but not least, Mydei's best teammates and teams. As mentioned before, Sunday/Bronya are very good with him. Well, yes, more buffs/debuffs are good as well, but action advances are most of the time just better as they allow for more attacks. In some cases, skill point issues do surface, but luckily, Mydei literally doesn't use skill points at all. So he is able to fully utilize Sunday/Bronya, not to mention more turns also means more charge, which means more Empower basic attacks, so that is perfect as well. Other teammates I want to mention are Tribi and RMC. Tribi is made to be the dedicated HP support for HP scalers, so obviously the synergy needs no more explanation. And RMC is just a super good alternative to Tribi, and sometimes even outperforming her as those crit damage buffs and even more action advances are no joke. So with all of that out of the way, Mydei's best teams start out with good old Hyper Carry, featuring himself, Sunday, Tribi, and a healer. He does damage himself, so a healer is recommended over a shielder. QBQ, Galagear, and Huohua are your best options, as they also provide energy, which is always appreciated. Bronya can replace Sunday, but do be careful of skill point issues if Bronya is not at least E1S1. And RMC, of course, can replace Chibi, honestly, whenever you want to. This team has a lot of options, so instead of having other best teams, it kinda just stays a variation of this team, like using Runmei over Chibi/RMC, Sparkle if you don't have Sunday or Bronya, but using Sparkle does incentivize HP boots and running a slow Mydei, so that Sparkle can go fast and simply make her turns count as Mydei turns. And for free-to-plays, RMC and Pella will do the job just fine. So yeah, that does it for the Mydei guide. He's looking to be a very solid DPS that excels at blast content, which I assume will be getting more of. Even if it's not true, being a blast unit usually means good things, as they can perform in all types of content regardless of being single target or AoE. Another thing that I'm super looking forward to is that if Cassiter's kit doesn't change, or if the changes doesn't affect his synergy with Mydei, they might truly be another top meta double DPS team, reminiscent of the old Jinlu Blade team, which in my opinion is one of the most fun teams in the game.